Well, we get ready to start the second quarter of action, sponsored by Riseberry Tire and Towing, 855-0099 on Highway 45 bypass in Trenton. Bogus fakes the ball to William Harris and then keeps it for a minimal gain as we start the second quarter that way. Not really getting that much a push by the offensive line at this point early in the game, Joey.
Well, that defensive line from McKenzie looks pretty solid. I mean, they've got decent size.
3rd and 4 for the Golden Tide. Bogus back to pass. Malone on the reception, and that's going to be enough for a first down. And so Kendrick Malone catches a quick pass from Bogus, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
You have to give it to Bogus there, hanging in there, making a good throw under duress for a first down.
That's a hometown self-storage first down for the Golden Tide. Coming soon to Trenton near the old Domino's Pizza on Highway 45 bypass. They also have storage units in Milan, Medina, and Humboldt. And good incompletion there is Brandon was fixing to be tackled by a defender for the Golden Tide, or for McKenzie. Peabody leads this contest 7-0. 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play. 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Tide. Ball over the top of Bogus's head. And I don't know, Joey, I don't know how the referee missed Zay Norman tackling number 21 right here, and I mean pulling him to the ground. He didn't just pull him down. It looked like a NWA wrestling move.
and
golly,
no surprise that 21's not happy about it.
Oh, my gosh, how he missed that, I'll have no idea. It happened right in front of him. 3rd and 10 for Peabody, as the ball was snapped over his head for Bogus. Trips to the wide side of the field for the Golden Tide. They look back at Coach Woods and get the play. William Harris, ball goes in and out of his hands. And so Peabody's going to be forced to punt the football on a slippery night, Joey.
Well, it just kills you. I mean, you got to catch the ball. I know it's wet, but it's wet from both sides. You know, it's not like it's a line drive above your head. You got to bring that in.
We appreciate Dale's Recycling sponsoring Golden Tide football on TV 22 with locations in Milan, McKenzie, and Jackson. Back to punt for the Golden Tide is Bogus. Kick is away, and a fair catch is called for about the 40-yard line for McKenzie. Well, they'll have the ball 1st and 10.
Bogus kind of had to short leg that punt. Not real good protection there.
About a 23 to 25-yard punt for Bogus there, and we need to average a little more when we punt the ball. So McKenzie comes out in a solid eye. They've got big number 73 there as the kickback. And let's see, they're going to try to run the football here for a minute. And they pick up about 5 on 1st down. So Coach Comer's mixing it up. A solid eye formation. You don't see that very often. But when you do, it stands out, especially when you've got an up back like number 73. Now they're back into the pistol formation with McLean at quarterback. McLean throws the ball deep. And number 15 goes up and makes an outstanding catch for the Rebels right over the top of Jared Penn. And that's number 15 for McKenzie, Grant Lawrence.
Well, Penn was with him step for step. He just got out rebounded.
Pretty good throw and catch for the Rebels. 1st and 10 for McKenzie as they put the ball at about the 26-yard line of Peabody. And that's Logan Morris coming up and getting a sack, coming up behind McLean and getting him down. So pretty good job there, Puddin'. Four-yard sack on the play for Morris.
Morris makes some, through the course of the game, you see him make some big plays.
Loss of 4 on the play brings up 2nd down and 14 for the Rebels. And that's number 8 again for the Rebels. Christopher Allen right up the middle and gets the ball, I guess, back near to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd and 10.
You know, you have to respect him. He's a little guy, but he really hits the line hard. He runs hard for a little guy.
Soaking wet. Third and 10 for the Rebels. Number 21 right up the middle on a little trap play. And Peabody's ready for it after a gain of about 3. Maybe a gain of 4.
It's going to be an interesting play call here. Kind of an in-between yardage here.
4th and 6. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to that fade pass out there. No, 15's coming in motion to this side of the field. Xavier Lee cuts in front and goes for the ball, slips down, and number 14 makes the catch for the Rebels, and he gets nearly down for a touchdown. Logan Drury makes it all the way down to about the 2-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Well, it's a gamble that you can make, but when you take that gamble, you gotta be successful at it.
1st and goal for the Rebels. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Arnold goes through the middle, and he's going to score. Excuse me, Brandon Allen through the middle of the line, Christopher Allen, and he scores McKenzie's first touchdown of the 2013 campaign. And so Xavier Ball tried to make a big play, and all things being equal, on perhaps a field that's not as wet as what it is tonight, maybe he could have made it, but ended up getting burned right there, and McKenzie cashes it in for a touchdown. McLean's on for the PAT for the Rebels, trying to tie this ball game up. Snap down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And so with 7 minutes and 40 seconds to play, the score is tied 7-7. We'll take a break and we'll be back as you're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Dale's Recycling has 3 locations, Milan, McKenzie, and Jackson, and is one of the largest recycling centers in West Tennessee. Their recycling is environmentally friendly, and they recycle most metals, radiators, batteries, and much more. Besides recycling, Dale's also buys and sells used farm equipment, industrial equipment, and military surplus. For more information about what they recycle or their inventory, go to dales-recycling.com or call their Milan number at 731-686-2500. Don't sit in that old broken down recliner this football season. Instead, come to Anderson's Furniture and select one of our many recliners in stock. You get free delivery if you live in Gibson County, and in-store financing is available.
Roll Tide!
Kicking off for McKenzie is number 15, Grant Lawrence, and back deep for the Golden Tide is number 89, Jared Penn. I bet you they don't kick it to him because he can run it back if they do. Be ready for another little squib kick over there if you're the Tide men. There's the kick. And Logan Morris fields the ball and gets on top of it. And Peabody's going to put it in play at about the 37-yard line.
I think he had an idea to run that ball. It's a little bit too wet to handle.
That may be why Logan played center his sophomore year. First and 10 for the Golden Tide. 7 minutes and 36 seconds to play here in the second period of action. Bogus on the keeper, running out here on the right side. And he's going to have a pickup of about 9 on the play. Octavius Lee's got to be awfully careful out here. I think they could have been close to calling him with a push in the back there, Joey.
Bogus did a lot of that on his own. Just really good run there.
So a hometown self-storage first down. Coming soon to Trenton near the old Domino's Pizza. Hometown self-storage, 571-1517. They also have storage facilities in Milan, Medina, and Humboldt. And McKenzie, I think, was in our huddle then. They knew what was coming, and they were there ready to meet it.
Wow, they had no trouble getting in the backfield that time.
I mean, as soon as Tay got the ball, there was 3 of them on top of him. 2nd and 12 for the Tide. Penn catches the football, and he's going to be loose. And he gets the ball taken and ricked out of his hands on a wet night, and McKenzie comes up with it. That's Brandon Allen getting the football as Penn was twisting and turning, trying to make a little extra yardage, and the ball just ripped right out of his hands. It'll be 1st and 10 for McKenzie.
Well, he really looked good running the ball up to the point where it went high into the air. But he is a quick kid. You want to get it in his hands. Costly mistake there.
So first turnover of the game by Peabody. First and 10, McKenzie. Ball at about the 35-yard line. McLean back to pass. Going to dump the ball out into the flat, and the ball was incomplete. As out there was number 19, Jordan Johnson, defending the play. Second and 10 for McKenzie with 6:18 to play here in the second period of action. A slot to the right and left, a wide out to the right and left. Fullback runs the ball right up the middle. Going to have a pickup of about 7 or 8 on the play. So pretty good looking play there. McKenzie had some good misdirection in the backfield.
Well, sign of a good coach, really good, obviously offensive line play there. Our linebackers just going to have to stay tough.
3rd and 2 for the Rebels. Tide men need to stand up and hold right here as they've gone back to that I formation. Number 2 carrying the football, and he lowers his head, and he has a good tough run of about 6 yards on the play. Now that's a junior, Keenan Tater, running the football there for McKenzie. First couple times Taylor ran the ball, he kind of tiptoed, but he didn't tiptoe that time, Joey. He came through there and he meant business.
Yeah, he's really building up steam as the game goes along.
And coming through, making a stop in the backfield is Grant McEwen, number 62. And so Grant is a outstanding high school rodeo player or rodeo team member, and went to the national finals this year out in Wyoming. And I guess if you can tackle a 400-pound steer, sure you can tackle a 150-pound running back. Good job, Grant.
That's what you want. You just want some good, tough kids in there on the inside. And he's as tough as they come.
2nd and 11, loss of 1 on the play. He fumbled the football, and it looks like Peabody got on top of it. That's Zay Norman coming out of there with the football. Good job, Zay. Number 55, a sophomore who's going both ways for the Golden Tide, offense and defense. Pretty good player and a pretty good hit by somebody out there, Joe. Who was it that came up and
lick on him?
I don't know if it was Ray Buchanan or who, but somebody came up and put a pretty good little shot on the young man.
That was not because the field was wet. That was because somebody planted him.
1st and 10, Peabody, as McKenzie does us a favor and turns the ball back over. Bogus running the football, and he's turning loose, coming down the right sideline. He's going to have enough for a first down after a gain of about maybe 15, 16 on the play.
But we've got a flag on the inside, probably a holding. I saw 2 holds.
Several holds on the play could have been called. And it looks like Rodemaker was probably the one who did it, as he's being consoled by several members of the Golden Tide offensive team. $10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul being marched off, and so that's really going to make it about 2nd and 20. Or 1st and 20 for the Golden Tide.
Well, Peabody is geared for big plays, so this is not beyond their abilities.
In and out of the hands of Kendrick Malone and nearly intercepted by a defensive back for McKenzie. And so both teams have an opportunity there to catch that pass.
Well, Bogus threw the ball hard, but you have to in that. You can't float that ball. And a great pass. You know, if you want to stay on the field, you got to catch the ball. And young sophomore is going to have to step up.
2nd and 20 for the Tide. Spread formation. And number 1 came up and read that play and just stuck Zay or Jared Penn right in the chest as soon as he caught the fall. That was Noah Lawrence, a defensive back, an 11th grader for McKenzie, who came up and read that play. Loss of about 2 on the play brings up about 3rd and 21 or possibly 22. Bogus feels the pressure. And it looks like a hold is going to be called back here in the backfield as Bogus was trying to get loose. And it looked like one of the Tide men, offensive linemen, pulled someone to the ground. But they very well could have called a personal foul as they hit Bogus, looked like when he was in the process of going out of bounds or just out of bounds. So McKenzie will probably not accept this penalty, and that's going to force Peabody to punt the football. And so the punt team comes on, and McKenzie declines that penalty.
We certainly get this punt away. Last time it was a little close. McKenzie able to get deep to the backfield.
3:37 to play here in the second period of action. A little bit better of a kick is going to be end over end. And we've got to let that ball roll as far as we can. I don't know why, but that's the second year in a row we just won't let a ball roll out, Joey.
Might need to practice that. I'm sure they have, but the excitement of the game kind of changes things, I guess. .326 to play as McKenzie goes back on offense here in the second quarter. Scores tied 7-7. Both teams have turned the ball over one time. McLean back to pass, and he's going to throw the ball deep. And he's out there, got a man out there, and I don't know, he almost made a spectacular catch. Well, he had way too much time to throw that ball. We got to put some pressure on him, but a good pass.
McLean floated it out there. It looked like he threw that ball 50 yards at least. Second and 10 for the Rebels. Allen on the carry, and he slips as he's going through the line as that turf monster looked like it grabbed him.
Well, that's a good thing because he had some room to run. Our guys on their heels a little bit here. Don't see a lot of aggression on this defense. They're kind of catching McKenzie right now.
Our second quarter tonight is sponsored by Riseberry Tire and Towing on 45 Bypass in Trenton. 855-0099. Be sure and call them for all of your tire and towing and automotive needs. And thank them for supporting Golden Tide football. And a pretty good lick coming over the middle as number 2 had caught the football, Keenan, and it looked like number 15, Daniel Hodges, put the leather on him.
Well, there's some aggression for you. He put a big hit on him.
Maybe that's what we need to do, Joey. We need to start talking them needing something, and then they do it.
I wish it was that easy.
How about a return punt for a touchdown right here? This young man can do it if he gets a chance.
There's no question. In the open field, he can really do some great things.
Kendrick Malone deep for the Tide. Poor snap.
Oh, we ran into him.
And they're going to call running into the kicker.
He was blocked into him. It looked to me like
number 19, Jordan Johnson, was there, and I don't know what they're going to call, if that's going to be a personal foul or if that's just a simple running into the kicker. We'll see. running into the kicker. And I wish the official, the white hat, would show a little more enthusiasm. But, Joey, we made a commitment this year not to pick on the officials, and so we're not going to do it.
You have to admire these guys.
No, they do a great job week in and week out. It's a thankless job.
It is absolutely a thankless job. But you couldn't play the game without them.
5-yard penalty against the Tide, and we'll have to punt again. And so, boys, let's don't run into him this time. Milan and Lexington are tied 14-all at halftime. Ball through the hands of the punter. And is he going to get it away? And he does.
Did it touch him? Wow,
they're going to try to talk him into it. And, boy, the official, he's thinking about it. The McKenzie coaches are trying to talk him into it. It touched him. It touched him. And so they got close to doing a sell job right there. And so Peabody has a 2-minute offense here, Joey. 2 minutes to go in this second period of action. Let's see if they can run a 2-minute offense and get it down here and score. I think they can if we can just avoid turnovers and penalties. And
well, if we can just hang them to the ball. I mean, ballless.
Octavius Lee on the little bubble screen out here to this side. And going to have a pickup of about 7 on the play.
Looked like we had McKenzie off balance there. They were not really set when we snapped the ball.
Holding is the call against Peabody.
Well, when you get tired, you begin to grab a little bit.
And so that penalty had to be on the receiver out here blocking for the man catching the football as this linesman threw the flag. 1st and 15 or 16 for the Golden Tide. Run up the middle by Tay Nesbitt, and making the tackles, number 55, Zay Norman. No, wait a minute, he played for Peabody. He couldn't have made the tackle, but he was there.
That may be the best tackle we've made tonight.
And so both of these teams are tired here near the end of the first half. This has been the hottest week of practice thus far in this 2013 football season, and so we know both of these tired teams are probably gassed at this point. Interception thrown by Bogus right over the middle, and that was number 45, the middle linebacker, just sitting there waiting on it, Corey Tharp, a senior linebacker for McKenzie. And so with 1 minute and 5 seconds to play, McKenzie's going to have an opportunity to do something right here before the half.
Well, Bogus has really made some good passes this first half, but that was one that he wishes he had back. Defender didn't even have to move, right in his hands.
First and 10 for McKenzie. Ball at about the 40-yard line. They've got 3 timeouts left in this first half. McLean back to pass. And it goes in and out of the hands of number 15, the receiver, Grant Lawrence, for the Rebels. And so the players for Peabody look like they're ready for this half to end. I think the fans are ready for this half to end, although it's 7-7. Ball was blown dead. What is the call here? Illegal procedure against the Rebels is the call from the linesman. How's that not just a fumble?
I don't know.
Second and 15 for McKenzie. 57 seconds to go in the first half. McLean back to pass. And over the top of number 14's head was the intended receiver, Logan Drury. Their defending is number 23, Xavier Ball. .55 seconds to play. Third and 15. Pretty good throw and catch. Pretty good stack by, that's number 20, Tay Nesbitt came in there, and it looked like it was going to be an awfully pretty pass play till it was broken up.
What a beautiful pass that was, just right on the numbers. Tay Nesbitt comes up with the play of the first half. Still time for Kendrick Malone to get his hands on the ball.
McKenzie in punt formation.
That's intentional grounding. He can't do that. There you go.
All right, Peabody's going to have the ball here at midfield with about 42 seconds to go. Intentional grounding from McKenzie as the punter kind of panicked, loss of down. Peabody's going to take over. And until you've been a punter, you don't know what that's like, to go back there and drop a punt, snap, and then kind of panic.
And, Paul, I think that's one of the things we share. We were both punters in high school. My feet are wet just walking to the press box.
So Peabody's still going to have an opportunity. 42.1 seconds to go here before the half. They go back on offense, 1st and 10. And we need to stick it in right here. Bogus back to pass. Pass over the middle, thrown behind. Number 4, Octavius Lee. Jared Penn may have been open out on the wide side of the field. 5 seconds goes off the play clock. Spread formation, 3 wideouts to the wide side of the field. Bogus is going to throw the ball out there to Jared Penn. And Penn is going to make it up close to a first down. Let's see.
He really wrapped it up that time. Great job of Penn.
That's going to be enough for a first down.
Bogus with that big arm. Not every team is fortunate enough to have a big arm quarterback. He can get that ball. That's
1st and 10
throw.
As the ball's on the 29-yard line. Joey, excuse me for interrupting there. Bogus back to pass. And the ball's going to be thrown over the top of Jared Penn's head. Bring up 2nd and 10. .7 seconds before halftime. Bogus back to pass. incomplete pass. Evidently, he was out of bounds when he caught the football. 3rd and 10 for Peabody. And so it looked like a promising first half for the Peabody, the way we kind of started the game. But here in the second quarter, we've kind of fallen apart. But we're going to take a timeout here with 7.4 seconds to play before half. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Hello, this is Ed Norman, broker with LA Realty of Trenton. I want to thank all of you for making LA number one in our community. We aim to take good care of our customers to the best of our ability. We know that's how a successful real estate firm operates in a small town. Please remember us when you need help or just advice about your real estate. Thanks again.
Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing. Come visit Eric Allen at 107 North Court Square, Trenton for all your investing needs.
Woodman of the World has been insuring folks around here for more than 120 years, bringing peace of mind to thousands and paying out millions to their families. We were there for them when they needed us, and we'll be there for you too. For more information, contact your local representative. Woodman of the World, with you through life.
All right, 3rd and 10 for the Golden Tide. 7.4 seconds to go before halftime. Coming out of a timeout, see what Coach Woods has called. Throw the ball deep, and let's just see what happens. Tay Nesbitt catches the football. He caught that football. He's down at about the 1 yard line, and it looks like time ran out. Time ran out on a fabulous catch to end the first half. And it looked like he was awfully close to scoring, but he didn't. And so the score is 7-7 here before halftime.
Wait a minute, they're calling them back. Well, this is the gutsy call at home.
And the official is saying that he's pointing at the clock like he knew what the call was. So let's see what they do.
There must have been just a little bit left.
And so nothing like a good controversy to end the first half of play, because either way this goes, somebody's going to be unhappy. Both head coaches are out there pleading their case. Let's see what the call is. Coach Comer, they made Peabody's coach get out of the way.
Do any of them have a flag in their pocket?
And so got some excitement here in the first half. Coach Comer's not being successful pleading his case. And it looks like they're going to award Peabody a timeout.
Wow. What a call by the officials.
That's a pretty gutsy, gutsy call there if you're the visiting team. But evidently the umpire had a good look at the clock and perhaps saw what was going on. You want to think that anyway. Well, but listen, this is no guarantee. We saw McKenzie throw Peabody back about 4 yards while ago on the end zone.
Yeah, they've had no success up the middle whatsoever.
let's take time out. We'll be back and see how this first half ends. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Country Roads Music is located in Davy Crockett Mall in Trenton. It is a full-service music store. Call them up at 855-0734. Hometown Self-Storage serves all of Gibson County, is open 7 days a week, and has locations in Milan, Humboldt, Medina, and is coming soon to Trenton. Call us at 571-1517 for all your storage needs. Papa's Pizza to Go. Buffet, dine-in, takeout, delivery. Come join our fun, friendly, family atmosphere in our game room. We are located at South 1st Street, Milan. The pizza worth the drive.
So we're back for one final play before half.
Look who the fullback is, Paul.
Fullback in the game right there is Bubba Bailey. And so McKenzie calls timeout to devise a game plan, and we will take timeout with them. We'll be back after this short break. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. All right, so we're back for this final play of the first half. Peabody has an opportunity to punch it into the end zone. And McKenzie stops him right there on a goal line stand. And that's the second time this game that McKenzie has stood tall right there on the end zone. And they stopped Peabody after a controversial call, allowing Peabody one final play for the half. And that's going to bring an end to this first